guys, it's Erica.
And Jess. Welcome back to
Twin
Aura
Knits.
A Year in Review.
Yes, it is. It has been quite a year for us.
Yes, it has.
It has been quite a year for a lot of people, but for us, this was the first time ever that we got to meet people and be in places and do things.
Safely
with people. Lots of masks, vaccinations, and that kind of stuff. But it allowed us to kind of do things with friends. Yay. So we just kind of have a couple of things that we want to talk about and maybe share with you. Some maybe like, I don't want to say behind the scenes moments, but moments that we didn't record. Like, should we just get into it?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So, moments with my girls. When I say with my girls, I mean at Rhinebeck when we were staying at the big house, the cute house.
Yeah, the cute house.
The cute house.
The cute house.
The cute house.
What is it called? Pine Lane?
Yes. With Sam and Emily, who we are very excited that we got to meet and become friends with in real life. But we were sitting on the big beefy bed, which is what we called the primary bedroom because it was a huge king size bed. And we were sitting and talking, and all of a sudden
I know! Oh my god, how could I forget? The TV turned on
out of nowhere. There was nobody.
It was just the four of us in the room together,
and we were talking to each other. We were sitting in the same bed talking to each other.
None of us have been to the living room, and the TV turned on, and it was a Nickelodeon show,
yes.
And it was like, we're ghosts. Ooh.
Yeah.
And we were like thoroughly freaked out.
Was that the day we left?
And I don't think so.
Oh my goodness, that was pretty scary.
I think that was Sunday of Rhinebeck.
Oh my god.
Because we had one more night to sleep, and we were all like, if we have to sleep together in the big beefy bed, we will.
It was scary. That was scary.
That was so weird. I'm like, because we chalked it up to the fact that we watched
like YouTube videos the night before.
Yeah, YouTube videos the night before.
But it was thoroughly turned off.
It was. That was something, wasn't it?
And it was very strange.
It was. But it was it's funny now.
It was
but we were freaked out then.
We immediately packed up our stuff and left.
We were like, okay, time to go to Rhinebeck.
Time to get breakfast. Let's go.
Yeah, really.
Oh my god.
Oh man, that was something.
Yeah. So fun stories like that. Ding. What else do you want to talk about? Do you want to do a little column A, column B, column C?
Sure.
And then at the end we can talk about how we're going to structure our year next year?
Yeah, we can.
Okay. So talking about Sam, Pearl Interrupted.
I love her so much.
Our friendship kind of happened really randomly through the internet. I'm sure you've seen the Fade Neve sweaters that like I've knit, she's knit, now Sam has knit. That's how we all became friends.
Yep.
But we were joking, and we're like, where should we go on vacation? Somewhere fun, somewhere that's going to be easy to get around.
No, we weren't joking, because we don't joke about vacation. Vacation is very serious stuff.
It is. But I was messaging with Sam.
Well, yeah.
And she was like, well, whenever you come down to DC, let me know, and we can hang out, and we can go to the yard stores. And I was like,
don't say it if you don't mean it.
Because we will make it happen.
Yeah.
So we did.
We did. Yep. Well, we love DC to begin with anyway.
Know.
We've previously been way back in the day when I was a blonde, and so was Erica.
I know.
So it's been a very, very long time. And there's always stuff that we never get to do. Like go to the Smithsonian.
We will next time.
Okay.
We will next time.
Okay.
Yeah.
But we did go to museums this time, which was really cool.
Yes.
But yeah, we got to hang out with Sam for a day. And Matt, her boyfriend.
And we got to go to Looped.
Yes.
And Fiberspace.
Yes.
Which was awesome.
Yes.
And you've seen that in the vlog.
Yep. And I picked up yarn for this sweater, which is the Notorious RBG at Looped, because we wanted to knit Notorious RBGs, and I thought how perfect how perfect it would be to get yarn in Washington, D.C. For the Notorious RBG. Because I'm a nerd that way.
I know. It was so great.
Yeah, and like, I just love this sweater. It's my favorite. It's one of my favorite things because I picked it up with Sam, and then I knit it, and then I wore it to Rhinebeck with Sam, and we got to see Rachel, who works at Looped and help us pick yarn. Yeah, so.
Oh, it was so fun.
I'm like, I feel like it came full circle, and I love it.
It was so good.
It's my favorite. It's my favorite. And every time I wear it, people are like, I can't believe you made that. And I'm like, yep. It's the coolest sweater I own.
So before we go any further, I want to talk about what I'm wearing.
Oh, yeah.
So this is the Ghost Whisperer top by Park and Knit. Knit in cake wool.
Who also designed the Notorious RBG.
But I wore this to Rhinebeck with the little bralette on top. But today I decided to wear it with my last finished object
of 2021. I know. I'm hoping to get my hat done today.
This is the Cable Dickie by Loopy Mango, and I bought this yarn at Rhinebeck. And it was the perfect project. I cast it on Christmas Eve, finished at Christmas, and wore it already, and I love it.
It's so good. I can't wait to do mine.
It's an interesting piece. I wasn't sure that I was going to, like, I saw them all over the internet being like a thing, and I didn't know if I was going to like it or not, but I was like kind of on the trend with it.
Oh, yeah.
And made a guide and everything about it. And then when I knit it up and I actually wore it for the first time.
It's so nice. I tried it on and I was like, I need to make mine because this keeps you so warm.
Oh my gosh. This is not going to be my last Loopy Mango anything. I am now obsessed.
Yeah, she is. It's good though. It's so good.
It's just like we like little connections. And I think that's what we want to talk about this year in review. These little connections.
Yeah.
Well, this year we did a lot of things as Twin Aura Knits.
We did! We have a new logo. That was pretty big for us. We unveiled it for our Potterversary, which is in September.
We also did the Yarn Discovery Tour as Twin Aura Knits, where we went 3 weeks in a row to the Artful Yarn, and we got to hang out and teach all sorts of people how to do little magic tricks, and I call them magic tricks because they're little tidbits of how to add beads to your knitting, how to do magic loop,
how to do magic knot,
picot bind off edge, how to
do an I-cord,
how to do an I-cord, how to I-cord bind off. So easy little snippets we got to do, which was so great.
Yeah, it was just really nice to like go and like hang out at a yarn shop because, as you know, we haven't been able to, and still can't.
No,
but that was
the exception to the rule.
Yeah, and it was just nice. It was just nice to like be there with like Lisa and Linda, not Lisa, it's Linda and Kathy, and then the other woman who I don't remember her name, but she was there because she worked there, retired, and then came back for a day.
Oh yeah, she was fun.
She was fun. She was kooky. I loved it. It was so good. But yeah,
we were Twin Aura Knits at Rhinebeck.
We were Twin Aura Knits at Rhinebeck,
which was
it's so crazy.
Surreal.
It is surreal. It's so weird because we do this by ourselves in our room, and to have y'all come up to us and be like, I watch you guys, it just like,
it touched us in the heart.
Yeah.
In the heart space.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry if we were awkward and we're like, thanks!
But Jinx.
How can you convey in 3 minutes?
Yeah.
Like, the gratitude of you guys just watching or talking to us, or just saying hi, or, just interacting with us. Like, that's my favorite thing.
I mean,
honestly, this is why we do it.
Yep, honestly, our goal was to be part of the community. And the fact that, we are your people means a lot.
Yeah. That was good.
It was good. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's still weird for me to be like, we're twin Laura knits. Because it's just me and you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I keep looking off, but I'm like reminiscing of all the fun things.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about, while we were at Rhinebeck, do you want to talk about how we stalked Kelly and Shayla?
Oh my god, I know.
Kelly is from Fashion School Dropout.
Love her.
And Shayla is Black Pearl Magic. And I stalked them pretty much all day.
On Friday for Cakepalooza.
Every like pass, I'm like, hi.
We were just two goobers excited to be there. Let's be real.
I know.
But it was just so cool to like actually meet your friends in real life. Especially since we were new to the community to begin with. When everything started, we're in year 3, so in October of 2019.
Yeah.
And everything shut down, and we didn't get to meet anybody. We didn't go anywhere. But also, like, we do this in our room.
But also, like, Instagram relationships. Like, we became really good friends with Kelly, and we were talking, and she's like, I can't wait to meet you guys and hug you. And I'm like, I can't wait to meet you and hug you either. So when we got a chance to do it, like, a year and a half later.
Yeah.
It was so great.
It's just really nice to meet a kindred spirit.
Yes.
And we hype each other up for everything.
So you want to talk about something else that, like, you know, wasn't recorded or really spoken about?
Yeah.
Is that near the end of, like, that Cakepalooza event, which was fantastic and we loved it. We went into Kelly's booth and she was like, hey, just so you know, I brought a couple of notebooks for you to look at.
I know! I love her so much.
So she does what we do. And we art journal and rip out magazines and, like, keep a, like, sketchbook of ideas. And she brought a couple in for us to flip through.
Oh my god, it was so good.
And Jess and I kept going through the pages and I'm like, that's from Nylon, that's from Nylon, that's from Nylon. So if you don't know what Nylon is, Nylon was a magazine that was produced by Marvin Scott Jarrett. And it was like the, like, alternative
cool girl,
like,
magazine.
It really was. It was like,
it had the plasticines.
Oh my goodness.
It had, like, every it
so the
girl
plasticines was a band.
Yes, the plasticines was a band.
Any it girl with the alternative, like, outfits. So the Jeffrey Campbells, which are shoes. There was just, like, a bunch of different, like, alternative fashion. And, like, we were just, like, it was very, like, boho rocker chic type images. It had a lot of like Mary Kate and Ashley,
a lot of illustrations.
Sienna Miller and her boho the Kills phase. So, like, we were flipping through and we're like, oh my goodness, we are the same person, we have the same influences. This is crazy.
It really is. It's crazy. She's awesome. Yeah, it was just every 5 seconds we would be like, we're gonna go check out other booths, and we just stopped either at Shayla's booth or we stopped at Kelly's booth.
I'm like, I totally missed the Clinton Hill Cashmere booth, even though it was the first one you walked in. I never made it to Robin's, the Yarnbirds truck.
Me either. It didn't make it to Mermaid Pearl,
and it was right next to us.
The struggle is real. We were just like, we just want to hang out with our friends.
I know, it was great.
It was good.
I know, we keep going. Like, there are 4 pillars of this year for us, right? It was meeting Alyssa.
Yep. In real life, which is Cake Will Co. We love her. It was... And her family. I can't wait to hang out with them and play Settlers of Catan.
I know. It was going to DC.
Yep.
And finishing and working on projects.
Yep.
That
are still not done. But YOLO.
Well, listen, that half and half wrap was... That was happening right there. So that was our DC trip.
Yep.
Rhinebeck.
Yep.
And then all of the friendships and relationships after Rhinebeck that have been, like, the 4 pillars of this year.
Yeah, really. Yep. Because even for Rhinebeck, like, we went with Sam, who we met once, and Emily, who we had not met until that moment. And I will never forget, like...
and our cousin's girlfriend and her friend.
Yep.
And not knowing if we were gonna work together.
But getting to the place and then like, you know, kind of settling in and like eating pizza and just chilling and like the vibe was good and you're like, okay,
no, this is gonna be good.
This is gonna be a good weekend, I can tell.
Yeah.
And like
I think it helps that we're all creative people.
Yeah, agreed. It felt like we found our people. Mm-hmm. And till this day, I'm like, I love those girls so much.
I know.
Yeah, so I'm excited to go to Rhinebeck next year with them too.
Yes.
Because it's going to be so good.
It's going to be an epic trip.
It is going to be an epic trip. It is.
I'm like,
and Veronica's going to come for the full weekend this time instead of just one day, so I'm excited.
I know, it's going to be great.
I'm like, a whole weekend. It's going to be so good. I get her for a whole weekend. I'm so excited. What else? It was... What?
The spinning wheel.
How can we forget the spinning wheel? Erica bought her first
Midge.
spinning wheel. Yes, I said first.
Oh no, this is going to be the only spinning wheel for a while.
Yeah.
Or ever. Because this can do a lot.
It can do
It does it all. It does super chunky bulky. It does cobweb thin.
That's true.
It does it all. And I'm really excited about it. I haven't had a lot of time to play with it because I have wrist issues. I do a lot with my left hand, which is weird. I've realized that I've used a lot with my left hand, but spinning too much kind of puts pressure on my hand, and it hurts, so I haven't really had a chance to really play with Midge as much as I wanted to. But Tour de Fleece, I'm going to do it right. If she don't do it right, it's going to be on the wheel.
Let's talk about Twin de Fleece this year.
I know, that was so great.
That was fun when we could do it. But it's just like Vlogmas, right? So like, it's every day, and it's a lot. And it's a lot. So
I think next Twin de Fleece, we will do.
You know what? I think I'm gonna do it the way, like, if I don't get it done that, like, we're gonna stick to half an hour a day. Because we did not stick to half an hour a day. We actually tried to finish a spin a day, which I think was a little too crazy, and that's what overwhelmed us.
I agree.
To be completely honest. So I think we're gonna stick to half an hour, and if that spin is not done, then we'll continue with that spin the next day. You heard it here first. I think that's how we're gonna have to do it.
Yeah.
And if we want to keep the spins in the same spot, then we'll do every other day instead of daily videos like we were trying to do this year, because it's just too much.
It's a lot without, like, if we had a computer, I think it would be easier, but we don't. We do everything from our phones, and that's the hardest part.
Yeah.
I think in 2022 we are going to be upgrading.
I hope so.
We're going to get a laptop, I hope.
Yeah, a laptop, and I hope to get an iPad.
But we're just excited. I know we just keep going on and on and on, but
I'm like,
oh, it's so good.
Yeah. Because we planned the whole month of Twin de Fleece, and like we only did a week of it, but also
we did 2 weeks.
We did we do 2 weeks?
We did 14 videos.
Okay, that makes me feel slightly better about life. But we had so much planned, and only did half of it.
I know, which is fine because we can do that again.
Yeah, truth. I mean, that's what we did this year for Vlogmas.
I'm like, any other fun, weird stories that we can think of? Because, like, that ghost story one was, like, yikes.
That was scary.
Yeah.
I'm like, ooh. I'm trying to think. I'm like, honestly, just hanging out with Hugo, which is Alyssa's son, who's the coolest 15-year-old you'll ever meet. He is, like...
He's the kindest, sweetest kid ever.
I'm like, yeah. I'm like, and hanging out with her family. I'm like, I just like hanging out with people's family. It makes me feel like I'm part of the family.
I know.
So, I'm like, yeah, I'll come and hang out with your family. I love them.
I know, they were so great. It was hard to leave.
It was so hard to leave. I think we both cried a little bit.
Oh my god.
I'm like,
I don't like saying goodbyes. Goodbyes are the worst.
They really are. I'm like, I think because we had to say goodbye twice, right? We had to say goodbye to our housemates, and then we had to say goodbye to Alyssa and her family.
Oh,
we were like Yeah, it was...
Thank God I didn't miss my exit this time.
Oh my God, I know.
Because the last time I said a goodbye and I cried driving, I missed my exit and I ended up somewhere in the cornfields in Illinois.
Oh, no.
That was not good.
Yeah, so that's the worst part. I hate saying goodbye. Because you never know how long it's going to be until you see them again. Really. You know, like, I don't know. I'm like, that's why, like, I'm excited to go visit our grandparents, but I'm also, like, dreading coming back already. Because goodbye is, like, the worst.
I know. Like, something else that was pretty exciting that we got to do was meet Brienne in real life.
Yes! Yes! We actually got to hang out with her for a full day. Well, half a day. 2 meals.
Almost a full
day. 2 meals. I'm like, and that's, okay, let's talk real life. If you plan to hang out with us, it's a mandatory 2-meal minimum. Sorry. That's how it is. We get breakfast and we get lunch because that's just how it is.
We went to Indie Knit and Spin, which you would have seen a vlog.
Yep.
But it was so great.
Mm-hmm.
We got to talk fiber. We got to talk people. We got to and because we're in the similar areas.
Yeah.
In town in Pennsylvania, we got to really talk about like the local yarn stores and the mutual people that we know, and you know, like all of us have anxiety about meeting people, and we're like, will they like us? Will we like them?
Yeah. But more important, will they like us?
I know.
You know what I mean? Because there's always like, you know.
I mean, we try to be as authentic and real as possible.
Yeah.
So like, if you meet us in real life, you know that we are these rambly twins. It just is what it is.
Accurate.
And some people are put off by that, which is how we got our name, Twin Aura Knits.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, we just hit it
so
off.
good.
It was so great.
It was like, see, I don't know. It's like I've known everybody that we've met and connected with, like Lindsay from 5 Barrel Yarns, Brienne, even even Brenda.
Oh my God, Brenda.
Brenda from Cast On. I feel like I've known them forever.
I know. They're like long lost fiber sisters.
It's crazy because like we've only known each other less than a year.
Isn't that nuts?
It's so crazy to me. It really is. But like, you have this thing that bonds you. Mm-hmm. It's so crazy to me.
You have fiber and color and fashion and style.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's crazy. And like, some of these people are like my best friends. It's crazy. I know I keep saying it, but like I never thought that I would be in this position where I have friends from the internet ever in my life. And yet here I am. So that's why I'm like, this is crazy. Like my best friend, I met her through the internet. Mm-hmm. It's so crazy. And we've shared life together for almost a year now.
I know, isn't that nuts?
It's so crazy.
So, I was gonna say, so we've never, like, behind the scenes story, we've never seen, up until this year, Hocus Pocus.
I know,
which is, I'm sure a lot of you just gasp, audibly. Like,
how could you not have?
We grew up in a very conservative household, so that was not a no-go. But we watched it this year on Disney Plus because you can do a group watch with your friends.
Yep.
So we group watched it with Veronica, and we got to FaceTime and group watch and watch it like we were in the same room. So technology is fantastic.
It is. It's crazy. I mean, could we? I'm like, honestly, what is happening now could only. I mean, obviously it couldn't happen in this time, but
it could only happen in this time.
I mean, obviously it didn't because like they've had pandemics before.
Oh yeah, but the connectivity of people.
Yeah, I'm like, it makes it so much easier
to not be alone.
To not be alone, even though you are.
Yeah.
Or even to not feel lonely because there's always someone there. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's so crazy to me. I'm like, honestly, if I could pick a word for it, is like friendship for the new year or for this past year, and relationships, because I feel like that's what this
year has been for us.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's what this hobby does, right? It brings people together.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm just grateful. I'm like, yeah, I guess, you know, being introspective, you're just grateful to be doing something that, you know,
you love
alone in your room, and then to also have a community behind you also, you know.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
I want to shout out real quick these two ladies. Love them so much. Amanda from Melanated Boho Bay and Sarah from Green Goat Ranch.
Yep.
Without you ladies, I don't think I would be spinning.
Amen. Same.
Because your willingness to share your craft and your skills and education has been invaluable, and it's been fantastic. So thank you.
And we love you.
And we love you. And we hope that in 2022...
Oh my god, I know! 2022!
We can maybe do something.
Yeah, and actually meet in real life, Sarah.
Yes.
Sarah.
We're talking to you.
We'll figure something out.
Yeah, we will. I'm like, what else? I'm like, having these interesting conversations with people. When I say people, I mean, I keep going back to Cake Palooza because it was so, like, formative. So, talking to Caitlin and Jackie from Katie Jacks and seeing them in real life and talking to them and having that moment and hanging out with them and really seeing who they are outside of the personas of, you know, the knitting was really interesting and kind of fun. I also want to include Christina in that because she called us girls like her chickens, and I died inside, like, in a good way. Like, I kind of fangirled when she said that, and I was like, oh my god, Jessica!
I know, that was so funny. That was so funny. It was so funny.
I also regret not buying candles.
Oh, yeah.
Because we just got a candle in our Advent, and they are nice.
They are nice.
So I might be buying more candles, even though I don't have a place to put candles. I might be buying more candles.
Yeah, dude, I feel that. What else? It was just because Brenda was there at the same time.
Yes.
And I accosted Brenda with like a million hugs.
You should post that photo of you and Brenda.
I know.
Here.
That Christina took.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
We love Brenda.
It was my favorite. I think that was my favorite photo of the day because you can genuinely see
the joy
of my face because, like, yeah, she's only 2 hours away, but, like, it was just something fun. You know what I mean? It's like my friends. Like, my real friends are here, too.
I know.
Not just my internet friends. So.
I know. It felt that way. Meeting Haley.
Yeah. Lock Knits.
Bree and Haley.
From the Woolies. And, like, their gang. It's weird because we watch their podcast and they watch ours, it's like we've known each other, but we don't know each other.
I
know. It's really funny. But
I'm like, we got to meet IRL, but we haven't really had one of those moments where we share a meal yet. So
I mean, we did with Brienne, which was funny because she was like, "Can I get a photo with you?" And I was like, "We're friends, Brienne. We don't need photos anymore."
I mean, we can.
I mean, we can still have photos, but like, I'm like, but we're friends in real life now, though.
Yeah, so that's gonna be a goal in 2022 is to get all of us in our room together.
Yes.
I'm marking it here.
Yeah. And Veronica. Nope, Victoria. And Veronica if she wants to come, but Victoria from Pearl Scout Yarns.
Yes. That's another goal.
Let's go into the things that we loved buying.
Oh my god, what didn't we love buying?
Oh my god, I know. Let's be real. I'm like, but the one thing that I can honestly say that I was hyped for and couldn't wait to get was 5 Borough Yarns Crafters Assemble.
I know.
And I tell Lindsay all of the time.
I will never forget driving. So we were in Cleveland for the Yarn Discovery Tour, and we were going to get Mitchell's, which is a local ice cream place.
In Cleveland.
Is like a chain in Cleveland. And we're like going down, maybe it was Cedar Road. We're going down Cedar Road, and I took a right into the parking lot. And Jess was like, "You need to park right now. It is going live in 3 minutes."
Yep. And there we were, refreshing.
Boop, 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 boop. Ordered.
Yeah, dude. I think it took you a little bit longer.
I ordered mine before you ordered yours.
Oh,
because
yeah,
you
because
couldn't
I
find
couldn't
it.
find it. And I was like, I can't find it. If they sell out of Miles Morales, I'm going to lose it.
Yeah.
So, fun story. It didn't. Erica helped me.
Yes.
And we're good now.
Yes, obviously.
I mean, obviously, we shared it with you
I'm
guys.
like, what else?
Oh, man,
the
it was...
Junkyard's Barbie collection.
Yeah.
That was a good subscription.
It was a good subscription.
Oh my goodness. What else? I'm just thinking.
I'm like, the cat sandwich. We got
the cat sandwich.
Melanated Boho Bay's Sailor Moon collection. I completely blacked out.
I know you did.
I did.
Fresh.
It was, yeah.
We are friends with this girl, Lydia, who is Confetti Co Vintage. Yep. She sells vintage in Chicago. You should check her out. She does makers fairs and stuff.
Yeah.
She has a fantastic taste.
Yes, she does. Not only because she's friends with us.
Yes, but we were obsessed with her vintage styling before we became friends.
Yeah.
And now we're real friends.
And knitting brought us together.
Closer together. But, we sometimes FaceTime.
Yes.
Chat. And it was we were scheduled to do a video chat the same day as
Amanda's drop.
And we were like, well, we definitely can chat after the drop, though.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, there's a drop. And I'm like, yes, girl, there's a drop. We cannot miss it.
Together.
You got to get on it. Get it together.
Yeah.
So after the drop, we
did
did FaceTime and we fangirled and talked about what we got, what we didn't got, who got carjacked,
and
me and her by Jess.
Carjacked.
But
I blacked out, people. I blacked out.
I know you saw the haul. What else?
Yeah.
This is great.
Watching Raya and getting the Raya bats.
Oh, I know. Going to the movies for the first time in a long time.
After we were vaccinated.
Oh my goodness. Getting vaccinated. Heyo.
Yeah, really. Heyo.
We did that because we live with our 83-year-old grandmother. We got to keep her safe, and we work with the public. And not everyone is as conducive to being safe, and I got to make sure that I'm keeping safe for everybody.
Yeah, same. So we are getting boosted next week.
Yes.
Yeah, man, that was funny getting carjacked.
I'm just really excited for, going over, the year, I'm just getting more and more excited because we will be, hopefully, continuing this trajectory of making things.
Yeah.
And meeting people. And meeting you guys and being friends. If you ever need anything, just DM us on Twin Aura Knits, and we will do our best to answer you as quickly as possible because we
do have full-time jobs.
Yeah, but we also enjoy having conversations about knitting.
Yeah.
So never feel weird about DMing us.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, I'm just beyond excited. I'm looking at my yarn stash. I reorganized my yarn stash.
We both reorganized our yarn stashes. Some of us are more OCD than others.
You should show them.
Should I
show
you my...
This is a sneak peek behind the scenes. This is end of year, Jess.
My pen, which is, I don't know, can you see it? It says Summer Social Cast On Yarn Studio.
Okay, I will say this. I'm a blue pen girl. I'm not a blue pen girl.
I'm not a blue pen girl either, but
this is a blue pen. But because it's from Brenda, I love it.
I'll suck it up.
You're funny.
I'm like, you know how I feel about blue pen. So this.
This is good.
This is my yarn stash, guys.
She did a ledger. Someone got organized.
Yeah, I go on a little OCD. I think that's it. I still have to do that with my fiber stash, but so my categories, the way I broke it down, right, is the yarn company, the type of yarn, and when I mean type, I mean figuring weight, worsted, DK.
The weight of yarn.
Yeah, the weight of yarn. The color, the pattern that I'm going to use it for, and then where it is in my stash drawer. Basket or bag. And I counted, and it's not as bad as other people's, but it's bad for me.
Yeah. We kind of ran out of yarn storage this year.
Yeah.
I had to buy 2 extra 3 extra baskets at Home Goods just to accommodate Rhinebeck yarn.
I was going to, and then I was like, no.
So in 2022, we have come up with a solution to stash busting. Not doing a no-buy year.
Yeah, no.
Because that's not realistic. And we have been around... I'm just going to preface this by saying we have been around a lot of dieting and diet culture and health consciousness and mental health. And we know that if you are trying to break a bad habit, like overspending, me... Okay, I'm talking for myself here. Overspending on things and having a backstock of yarn and projects and just keep acquiring, that it's not healthy, right? But I know just stopping, trying to no-buy, may work for some because it's extreme, but I know myself and I'm not that disciplined.
And then you feel guilty that you spent money on something.
And it's a terrible...
And it's a terrible cycle.
So we're not doing that.
No.
What we are doing is doing a stash busting year. We are doing this weird... Well, it's not weird. I don't want to say it. We're doing this new thing for us that...
I kind of want to be like, it's like Chuck E. Cheese.
Yes. We're not explaining it right.
No.
Let's start over.
Okay.
We are doing a
guideline
on how we are going to, A, use our stash.
Yes.
Finish projects from our stash. Use stash yarn for new projects. And still be able to purchase new yarn for new projects. Because we know that your favorite yarn dyer is going to come out with a color that you're going to be obsessed with. And if you do a no-buy year, then you're out of luck. And then you regret. And if you regret or FOMO, it's not good. And it just eats away at you. And you just think about it all the time. There is a saying in the vintage community that says, you always regret the vintage you don't buy.
No, is it? Yeah.
Yes.
Nothing haunts you like the vintage you didn't buy.
Yeah.
And let me tell you,
we've been there.
That's the truth.
It's got on.
Or the comic books.
Yes. Or the yarn, in this case.
Yeah, or the yarn.
So what we have
the comic book.
Yeah. I know. So we have decided that that we will have 4 categories.
For every
finished object. And each category has a point. A point system.
Yep.
Right? So this is why we said it's kind of like Chuck E. Cheese, is that for every finished object, you get a certain amount of points, and the points you can redeem for yarn for each category. Finished garment, like a hat or a cowl or a baby item, is going to be 1 point. So if you finish a baby hat, that's 1 point. If you finish a hat for yourself, that's 1 point. If you finish a cowl, it's 1 point. Okay? For every hat or glove or whatever you finish, you get 1 point. If you want to redeem those points, if you collect enough, you can redeem them for yarn for 1 hat. So to redeem them, each yarn quantity for a hat is going to be 2 points. Right? So if you knit 2 hats, you have 2 points, and you can buy yarn for a hat. Or a sweater. Each sweater is 3 points. So if you knit 2 long sleeve sweaters, you get 6 points. And for every 6 points, you can get 1 sweater's quantity of yarn.
Yeah, or if you knit 6 hats
and you want a sweater's quantity,
then that's how you save up your points.
Yes. It will be done in a beautifully designed PDF by Jess. And we just wanted a way to, for every 2 objects that you make, you can get one of that object yarn. That was not good English. No.
Did you see my face?
I was like, oh, I'm sorry. Sometimes my English brain don't work. No. It's fine. That's a Latina brain right there.
It totally is. I'm like, also maybe there's a better way of like explaining this, but unless you see the chart, you're not gonna really understand. But we have broken down like, smaller things equal smaller points unless it's, like, because I just finished the heartwarming cowl. So, really, it's up to you to, like, I don't want to say, to judge whether or not things are complicated for you, right? So, I just finished the heartwarming cowl by Olga from
Handmade Closet.
Thank you, Handmade Closet. I'm like, I know Closet's in there.
Oh my god, meeting Olga was a highlight too.
Yes, really.
Sorry. I know I said it every time, but it's true.
She is really sweet. Well, I just finished our heartwarming cowl, and it is a cowl, right? So it's technically 1 point, but that cowl also has cables, bobbles, and color work. So I was like, well, it was a little bit more complicated than just your normal, regular, like, 2 color work cowl, or just like a one color cowl. So if you feel like you did more work, you can add more points to that finished object. So instead of 1 point, I decided to do 2.
I know, but we're really excited. That's how we're gonna do things because we have a ton of yarn. I counted when I redid my yarn for projects and reorganized. I have about 12 projects in yarn, not including Rhinebeck yarn.
Yeah.
So I have a lot of projects that need to be done. And I think how I'm going about it is I'm going to do 1 Rhinebeck project and 1 stash project. Until I collect enough points to buy more yarn.
Yeah. I think I might do the same. Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll just do whatever I feel like is exciting to me at that moment.
Yeah. I know that I want to do my Blondie Cardigan.
I know, me too.
And my gelato color from Cake Wool.
Yeah.
I just think that's something that I could A, wear now, B, wear in the spring.
Yeah.
And in the summer.
It's a good
basic. So the Blondie Cardigan is a pattern by Poison Girls.
Yeah.
I also want to do my leaky jumper.
Oh, yeah.
So but I also have yarn to make a nurtured sweater. I have yarn from Pearl Scout Yarns. I think it was the Pluto colorway. Now that I've watched the seasons with all of the Sailor Scouts, I now regret what I said into the past.
Yeah? Do you? What did you say?
I said it was Jupiter, but that's because they didn't have it on Cartoon Network. We never got to the end ones. So now I'm even more excited to have the sweater because I like that character more.
Good.
However, I regret. Maybe it
what
wasn't. Maybe it's not Pluto. Let me check. I don't remember what it was. It's okay. But I have yarn by Pearl Scout Yarns to do a nurtured sweater.
Yep.
I have an entire Julie S. Lane quantity for the Anthe shawl.
Oh, yeah.
I have Primrose yarn for a Tecumseh.
Plus you have all the minis from last year
all
and this year.
All of the minis. So I will be doing a lot of minis, a lot of fades. I have a ton of stash. I have a beautiful palette that I posted in my stories that I will be doing either an Aquamarine or a staple sweater by Park Williams. I will say this. This year was the year of Park Williams. I knit so many of her sweaters, it's not even funny.
Agreed.
I did a lot of test knitting. That was fun.
I did and I did not.
Yeah, you got burnt out in 2022. 2020. 2020.
Yeah, but I did find my fade, so that was something. That was something. And
I'm like, we're winding down. Can you tell?
Yeah, can you tell? Let's talk about the goals that we want to do this year.
My goal is to work this stash busting thing. To really make it work for me because I have too much to do. And this is including socks. Like, I have a ton of sock yarn that I want to make socks out of. And because I'm not usually a sock knitter, because I have huge projects to do all the time with random deadlines that I put on myself, I never pick socks. This year, I think we should just do them. We should do I don't want to say we should do a knit along on socks, but we need to do the pop rock radio socks.
Oh yeah, we do.
I bought them for Jess last year for Christmas,
Mm-hmm.
and we still haven't done them yet, and I want to wear them on my feet.
Yeah, I feel that. I guess my goals this year is also to stash bust, but also I want to do more projects with brioche, because I have never done brioche yet.
We are waiting with bated breath for Leslie Ann Robinson's book.
Yeah.
So she is Nick Graffiti, and she's having a book coming out, and I cannot wait to get it.
Yes, because I will buy my own copy too. And I really want to do more cables this year. I've done a few, but
you want an all-over cable sweater.
I want to feel proficient when the
in the language
of cables.
Yeah.
The way I do for like lace.
Yeah. Ooh, I want to do more lace.
I want to do like, because I have that Ching fiber like lace weight. I really want to do that. I have to talk to Nicole from Time Weaver, because she did a beautiful lace
shawl.
She did a beautiful lace shawl, and I need to do it. So I gotta hit her up. She was also someone that like I was just so excited to like actually
talk to.
Oh
my God, Nicole, we love you so much. Time Weaver, she's the best. She also does stitch markers. We love her.
We do love her so. We
have to do more.
Much.
We're gonna do more in 2022.
In 2022, we're gonna do more collaborations with people, more videos.
Yes. Stop it with the clicking.
Sorry. This is my brain. I really want to get our spinning, how to spin videos off the ground.
In the spring, we will do that.
Yes,
that's a goal. We are going to film the how to spin videos,
because they're gonna be really good. So I've been excited. I have the plans for them in this notebook, because they're gonna be really good.
Yes.
And I'm really excited for what the future holds.
How excited are you right now for 2022? We weren't excited when we woke up.
No, we weren't.
But we are now.
Yeah. I'm like knitting really helped with my anxiety of New Year's, and the future, because the future freaks me out.
I'm on fire.
Woo, and now I think I'm ready to bust a move.
Check it out, I'm rocking steady
To the beat of my head, it goes oh.
That's a deep cut.
But
we should link it. We should link it below.
We should, because the future freaks me out. Yeah. It's true. But I am excited about what we have planned and what we're gonna do, and hopefully we get to do more of it.
And we get to meet more of you.
Yeah, and we get to meet more of you, and
we get to do more fun things. Like our first Raglan sweater.
Yes! Our first knit along.
So for 2021,
2022.
Oh my gosh. For 2022, we've been planning it in 2021. For 2022, we are partnering up with Brenda from Cast On Yarn Studio, and we are doing our first Raglan sweater by Brooklyn Tweed. It's in Shelter. Shelter and Tones are similar weight, so if you want to join us, Brenda has a link, and we can try to link it below. And we will be doing weekly Zooms just to
check in,
if you have see how we're doing. Yes, if you have any issues or questions, or just want to knit it and hang out with us. That's what we will be doing in January.
Yes. So something else that is fun.
Something to look forward to.
Yeah, something to look forward to, and something to feel like, you sometimes on the new year, you're like, okay, well, I just finished gift knitting. What do I do?
You make yourself your first Raglan sweater. It is the chicest sweater.
It is. It looks really good.
It looks good on all body types.
You can do whatever you'd like, because I know that Brenda, I think she said she was going to do stripes with hers. Erica said she might do embroidery.
I'm leaning towards doing embroidery.
Okay. I'm going to keep mine just plain. But I also have a vintage P that I may or may not add to it.
Oh, yeah. To make it like a sweater.
Yeah, to make it like a vintagey sweater.
Like
but
a
I feel like...
cheerleader sweater?
Yeah, but I think I actually want to make a cheerleader sweater with that, so maybe I won't do that.
Yeah.
I think that's what my thought process was.
You know what you should do?
What?
Poison Girls has that really cute bomber jacket.
I know!
You should make the varsity.
I should.
She does have knitted varsity jacket.
Yeah, maybe I should do that. Maybe I should do that this year sometime.
All right, so we've been here for way too long.
We have been here for way too long.
If you have other questions or want to just chat or anything, just let us know. You can leave a comment below. You can find us at Twin R Knit on Instagram. And we will see you in the next one.
Yep.
2022.
Yep. Same knitty time.
Same knitty channel.
Bye guys.